If you feel life is a bit mundane lately, then it's probably because you haven't seen what we have in store for you. Crazy and unexpected things are always happening out in the world, and luckily there are enough people to capture them live. From a bear who knows his way around nunchucks to a goat climbing up a palm tree, we have everything from far and near to get your day started on a crazy note. Here are 26 breathtaking things caught on camera. Be sure to smash the like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell for more amazing content. So, let's get started. Skateboarding is a cool enough sport. You need a lot of balance and practice to be confident on a skateboard, but what if you lack the most important thing you need to skate? We're talking about legs. Most would have given up, but not Evan. He's a master at this. Watch how he glides through the highway with his wheelchair mounted on the skateboard. It looks unbelievable, but he's the real deal. Even Tony Hawk himself has commented on Evan's ability. Not only does he have to balance the skateboard, but also the wheelchair mounted on it. What a legend. Weather reporting is never easy, especially if you're a storm chaser. This Fox correspondent was out in the field in Arizona reporting on a massive thunderstorm, but suddenly lightning strikes just a few feet away from the reporter. He wasn't ready for that flashy entrance. Luckily, no one was hurt or burnt to a crisp. The art of fishing is one that demands patience and focus. This Belarusian fisherman has got them both. Not only is he having a good time out in nature while enjoying listening to the birds chirping, he also remains unfazed by the slowly approaching forest fire around him. The man just wants to fish, and no fire is going to stop him. He's probably not going to get up until he catches something. Respect. Being a lumberjack is probably the manliest profession out there, but this footage is not your average predictable tree felling clip. The man is seen cutting away at this tree from a roof, but before you scream out, "Timber!" watch what happens next. The tree breaks away and plummets to the ground and miraculously springs back upright. Bet you weren't expecting that, nor did the lumberjack. Football is loved worldwide, and there's nothing that can dampen the spirit of its players or fans before a match, not even weather. This match between Russian teams took an unexpected turn when the ground was flooded with fog. True to the football spirit, the game continued. With visibility severely limited, this match turned into a game of guessing. Players struck the ball towards the estimated direction of the goal, and the commentator filled in the gaps with guesswork commentary. Well, that's football for you. Fishing is time-consuming, but not if you're these guys. This video was recorded in China, and you can see two guys digging away at the ice and finding tons of frozen fish underneath. What happened was that the river froze and the fish got caught in an ice trap and froze as well. Looks like a good catch for these two. If you put enough time into any skill, you might just be a master at it. Meet the slingshot master from China, who is incredibly accurate with his shots. Watch as he manages to hit drops of water with incredible precision. This slow-motion capture of him hitting something in the air is impressive. He is truly great with a slingshot. Mountain roads are prone to roadblocks from landslides. Usually, roadblocks and such a terrain would take hours to clear out, but not here. They decided to make things quicker with some carefully placed explosives. With a press of a button, presto, no more block. That is some efficient work. Breakdancing has evolved so much over the years and has become a big part of popular culture. Think you've got some moves? How about spinning on your head? Sure, this trick is nothing new, but wait till you see this. Hundreds of dancers spinning on their heads in Kazan, Russia. They collectively set the world record for the most number of people spinning on their heads simultaneously. That's one dizzying record. Cats are not the only animals who rock a crazy amount of agility. Meet the new balance artist in town, the possum. The mother possum is seen carrying her entire litter on her back while carefully walking on the pointy fence boards. She does it with so much care and expertise. What do you think? Are possums better than cats in terms of balance? Here's something that's a bit gross but fascinating. Can you guess what it is? It looks like a pile of caterpillars rolling together. Well, that's exactly what it is. Caterpillars do this to get around places faster, sort of like a mode of transportation for them. If you see something like this out in the wild, don't be shocked, since it's quite a normal behavior. Bears and nunchucks? Probably didn't think you'd hear those two together. Well, today you'll make sense of it. This Shaolin master is not only an apex predator, but also a nunchuck expert. He expertly swings it around like there's no tomorrow. Impressive, right? Ever driven while distracted and ended up somewhere you didn't mean to go? This goat certainly seems to have done the same. It managed to climb all the way to the canopy of this palm tree. Now the goat needs to climb all the way back. Sorry. Scared of snakes? There's an easy hack for you. Always carry a fleece blanket wherever you go. You see, snakes just can't get traction to move forward on fleece. Like this guy. He's just slithering in place and stuck. So if you ever see something slithering towards you, lay out a fleece blanket and you should be all good. We've got a daredevil in our hands here. Think he loves his car racing games a little too much, right? From the looks of it, he certainly does. The security footage caught this SUV racing through a road barrier and jumping expertly over the rising bridge. He didn't even hesitate for a second. Seems like he's been planning this stunt for a while. What do you think happened? This one seems like an orchestrated drill. This squadron of wild geese accompanies the boat in perfect formation. They seem to want to stick with it and are seen gliding with ease. What on earth is happening here? One theory suggests that the birds are merely piggybacking on the air currents produced by the boat and conserving their energy. Well, that's an efficient way to get around. Bird watching can be fun, but what if you're a neighbour to a woodpecker? Be prepared for the occasional pecking ruckus. But this woodpecker has forsaken wood and chosen a new material to work on, a satellite dish on a neighbour's roof. The author of this video wasn't particularly enjoying the arrival of the woodpecker because, well, pecking on steel is a lot louder than wood. When you're incredibly zoned in and don't want to divert your attention, this clever little trick is a lifesaver. This doggo certainly knows how to use his ears to his advantage. Not all kids enjoy your usual array of children's cartoons like Disney or Pixar. The new generation has their own tastes, and they might just be hipper at one than you ever were in your whole life. This tiny tot loves herself some gangster hip-hop. You wouldn't want to mess with this one. Animals understand a lot more than we give them credit for. This impromptu rodeo show caught the attention of all the nearby alpacas. They seem utterly shocked by what they're witnessing and probably worried for their fellow friend. They're quite the sentient beings, aren't they? When you make do with what you have, you achieve incredible feats, like this delivery guy who cycles while carrying a massive sofa on his shoulder like it's normal. A passing motorist asks him whether he needs some help, to which he says that he's been doing this for 6 years. He certainly looks like an expert. Cats are curious little creatures with incredible agility. Just like the nunchucks bear, this feline is quick with her paws. The cat prepares herself and bam, strikes the lit candle and douses the flame at lightning speed. Unfortunately, she wasn't as graceful after the strike. If there's an animal which can teach us how to live our life stress-free, it's the sloth. Nothing seems to faze them, even in the face of imminent danger. This sloth is truly a master of staying calm. Watch as it calmly and slowly walks over the massive anaconda with no care in the world. The anaconda seems dumbstruck by the whole thing and doesn't move or react. Maybe that's the trick. Catch them off guard and do what they least expect you to do. Of course, it goes without saying, don't try this at home. When you're out of options and in a bind, you've got to be resourceful. Sometimes you just don't have access to the help you need, like this fellow motorist who needed to tow away his immobile vehicle but couldn't find a tow service in time. So what does he do? Like any other stranded motorist, he hails down a passing car, hops on its hood, asks the driver to slowly move in position, and with grace uses his legs and the push from the other car to move his vehicle. There's nothing strange about that. There's nothing scarier than losing the very ground you stand on. Imagine walking your way around on foot and suddenly you feel the ground sinking and swallowing you whole. Something similar happened in Louisiana. A giant sinkhole has been growing in size for a year in the swampy lands close to Bayou Cornet and Grand Bayou. Massive clumps of trees are getting devoured by the expanding sinkhole. You can see how the trees slowly descend into the water with the rushing water around it. Scary sight. Before we reveal the first crazy thing on the list, we want to remind you not to try this at home. Playing with electricity is always a bad idea, but there are crazy guys in the world who still want to mess with it. This footage captures a stick caught on two 35 kilovolt power lines, and what happens next is scary yet beautiful. You can see the stick slowly catching fire and then reveals this vortex of electricity, which almost seems like the opening to a portal to another dimension. Looks cool, but highly dangerous. Well, that's 26 breathtaking things caught on camera. Hope you enjoyed them all. Which one was your favourite and surprised you the most? Comment and be sure to hit the like button, share and subscribe. Later.